things I wish I did be more successful on this 90-day workout challenge. Thing number one, I wish I started with a better plan. This video series, I wanted it to be as authentic and real as possible. I wasn't trying to do anything extreme. At the core of this challenge, I was trying to incorporate things into my lifestyle that I could do every single day, even when the challenge was over. That's why the challenge isn't anything overly complicated. 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a mile a day. It's honestly something anybody can incorporate into their life. Where I feel like I went wrong is there's a lot of things as I was going I started to add. I really had no intention of taking the purple drink. I really had no intention of using creatine to increase muscle mass. That's something I really thought of on the fly. I already had a workout lifting regimen that I was doing, but halfway through I realized I was like, oh man, if I keep lifting with the exercise that I'm doing, I'm actually wearing my body faster down than I care to admit. I made a lot of changes. I started tracking calories. I stopped tracking calories. I was eating on one diet and then I switched to another. The one thing I did well that I kept consistent was every single day we hit the goals that we had to do. Nutrition wise, I had a lot of up and down days, but the reason I don't really regret the up and down days is I wanted it to be really authentic. Even you would see like 3 good days, 1 bad meal, and I'm right back on it. But I really think that sense of authenticity that I was trying to keep and capture really cost me in the long run, because if I just stayed strict on the regimen for 90 days, I think that would have been really hard, but I could have done it. But at the same time, authentic. It was really authentic. Y'all got to see me try to work out at my place, work out at my partner's place. There was times y'all got to see me doing my mile at work. Anything, anywhere, anytime can get it. You can do this. Just incorporate into your regular day successfully, whether you have a family, whether you have multiple jobs, whatever it may be, that if I could do it, you could do that too. But I do wish I came in with a much better, more comprehensive plan. And that's something that would have got me more success in the long run. I wish I stayed more consistent on the food. The big problem with the food consistency that I feel like I had was it was too often where I would like slip in something that I really kind of shouldn't have had here and there. Fried foods, I'm gonna say my biggest weakness. There was a lot of times you would see me order food or go out and get food, and it would be pretty good stuff. But there was times where I lapsed. I could have stayed on the straight and narrow. There's nothing wrong with eating out while you're on a diet, but it's all about keeping your portions reasonable and still avoiding the food you know you shouldn't have. I stayed more consistent in my food choices, whether I was meal prepping or whether I was eating out. I think overall I would have had a much better experience and had a way larger gap of success in this challenge. I wish I avoided alcohol completely. That was a character flaw in myself. I know without a doubt, because I've quit alcohol for entire years before, and nothing would have gotten me to drink. It did not matter. The stigma behind someone who doesn't drink but still wants to be social, it needs to be examined throughout society. Because it's a big thing where I would go out, I tell people I'm not drinking, and then they feel like it was their job to make me drink or get me to drink or convince me to drink. And because of that, I very early on learned that, order something that looks like alcohol and just kind of hold on to, or order one drink, sip it, but that's the only drink I'm having for the whole night. In this challenge, I truly believe if I avoided alcohol altogether, it would have been better for my metabolism. And I'll tell you right now, if you're attempting to lose weight, avoid alcohol. It's not your friend. It's never worth it. It's not good for you. It's literally poison. Keep it out of your diet. I don't need it. You don't need it. Honestly, nobody needs it. Although it is fun, I will say it is fun. It lets you be social, kind of opens you up. It'll feel the rain on your skin type stuff. But if you're trying to lose weight, avoid the alcohol. I feel like that was one of my big issues. I did not avoid alcohol all the times I could have. I wish I kept counting calories. I will be honest with you. I am so happy. Shout out to my homie at Lifting Standards. He introduced me to the Chronometer app, where you could track, scan barcodes, and do all your calories on one app. This is not an ad, by the way. It is just amazing. Because back in my day, I just aged myself. Back in my day, you had to pay for the yearly subscription or monthly subscription to scan barcodes to track your calories. The Chronometer app, you scan and it has like almost everything already in there, and it's free. Amazing stuff. Yeah, they're probably tracking my data. Yeah, they're probably selling my information, but to make counting calories easier, yeah, no. Fair trade. I wish I kept it and made it a mandatory at the beginning. The weeks The weeks and the days I would track my calories would keep me so honest. And really, the first time I did it, it opened my eyes to the possibilities of how much that I could have been consuming and really helped me fine tune my diet. Like the first time I found out that 150 grams of chicken is like only 250, 275 calories, but packs a whopping 63 grams of protein, it blew my mind. I didn't realize how nutrient dense certain foods are. It really blew me away. 1 week that I tracked calories consistently really helped me fine tune my plating and my portion size, because to be honest with you, I was massively under eating on my calories for like the first 3 to 4 weeks of this challenge. If I had to do this over again, count your calories. I know it's tedious. I know it's so annoying. It's very meticulous to sit there and like, okay, I weighed it, 200 grams, check. How much is that? I know it's tough, but it is worth it. 60 pounds in 90 days. I think I could have done it if I counted my calories, but here we are. I wish I used the correct supplements to support my goals. Again, we talked about it early on. We kind of touched on it. The amino acid, I think, was a good idea. The creatine, for what I was trying to achieve in my challenge, I don't think it was a very good idea. As I'm trying to lose and shed weight, and I'm trying to get as low weight as possible, using the creatine really was helping me to bulk up. And I'm not gonna lie to you, creatine works. Oh my God, creatine works, and it's amazing. When I was on the creatine and I was lifting consistently, look, I had a very nice, defined, and bulky looking upper body. Like my legs always look nice, but I've always like lacked the ability to really pack on, definition in my especially in my torso, like in my chest area. But man, when I was on that creatine, I could see the cut in my shoulder from my bicep to my tricep. I could see the clear difference between my traps and my shoulder. Oh my God, the separation of my clavicle, my pecs, and my traps, it was amazing. There was times, and I'm not ashamed to say this, I would walk past the mirror and I would hit like one of these and I'd be like, oh my God, I didn't know I could do this. I always grew up thinking, and no matter how much I lifted or how consistent I lifted, I was never able to put on muscle. But creatine, the answer. I wish I lifted daily instead of lifting every other day. The way I should have been lifting for my goals should have been 2 sets of high reps till burn or till failure to really fatigue and get the cardio, the heart pumping. The way I lifted during this challenge, I was lifting heavy weights, 4 sets. I was doing like 4 sets of 8 circuits with heavy weights. I was really lifting for volume and for power instead of lifting for stamina and for weight loss. What I should have done instead was very much taking some 10 or 15 pound weights and just curled it until I failed. Shoulder press until failure. Shoulder raises until failure. Doing full body things like kettlebell lifts. Those are the kind of exercises and weightlifting I should have been doing. But again, because I just kind of jumped into this with my own knowledge and everything that I've been taught, everything I've learned over the years, not really consulting someone, that's essentially what happened. You have a goal, and sometimes you're working against yourself in your own goal. And I feel like that's what I ran into in my lifting regimen. I wish I consulted a professional. Now, luckily, I have a very wide and talented circle around me. I have a friend who's a physical therapist. Again, shout out Lifting Standards, who gave me the Chronometer app. I really wish I followed the path I took when I first started losing weight. When I was at 620 and I got super serious about it, I went to my primary doctor. He put me in touch with a sleep specialist. He put me in touch with a full-time nutritionist. He put me in touch with a personal trainer who could bill my insurance. It was beautiful. Everyone, including myself, we worked in concert in unison like an orchestra playing Beethoven's 12th. It was amazing. On this one, and it goes into point number 1. I wish I did more research. I had this hubris that through my experience that I could do it on my own, that I had enough general knowledge and information put together that I didn't need anyone else. I didn't have to pay anyone else to kind of direct me or help guide me. that's something I truly, truly regret. Even halfway through, I said at the very least, at the absolute very least, I wish I spoke to a nutritionist. At the very least. Now, the nice thing about the Chronometer app is there is, a nutritional guide that helps you along. But I know for a fact if I talked to a nutritionist, they would have told me exactly which meats are good for my blood type, what vegetables go along with my blood type, what would give me the little micronutrients that I lack, that I would need to get me where I need to be. And that's why I want to see a nutritionist. I should have consulted a personal trainer, because my goal was to burn as much fat as possible, not to get as strong as possible, not to add volume. The goal of the challenge is to lose as much weight as possible. If I spoke to a personal trainer, they might have told me, don't even touch the weights. Do some mountain climbers, do cardio, go swimming, play basketball like you've been playing, do low impact sports, and that would have done way better than any amount of lifting that I could get into. But again, my hubris told me I've done it. I've lost 300 pounds already. I can do it. I can lose this last 100. I can do it. But I wish I consulted with professionals, because I truly believe if I did everything on this wish list, the truth is, I probably could have lost 90 pounds in 90 days. Probably not, but I like to think I would have. I wish I consulted with professionals. I wish I had a better plan. I wish that I stuck to a better nutritional diet. I wish I avoided alcohol, and more than anything, I really wish I didn't take that creatine, because I gotta be honest with you. Even now, I've been off the creatine for like 2 or 3 weeks now, and I still look by and I'm like, yo, I am bulky. I truly believe, I'm almost at the point where I think most of creatine's out my system, because I do notice when I go lift at the gym, the weights that I was knocking it out then, I could barely do it now. They said when you get off the creatine, you're going to experience strength loss, and I'm at that point, so I know that it's working its way out my system. But into this because I was just ready to do it. I was ready to lose my last 100, and I stepped up to the plate, and it was difficult, but I got it done. What you don't see behind the scenes is that the 90-day workout challenge and nutritional challenge, it didn't just end with me recording and eating right and doing the exercise and doing the mile. I then had to come home every single day, edit and upload these videos. That's why there's no thumbnails on these. I was like, if I had to do thumbnails on these, I don't know if I would have survived. If I had to come up with better titles every single day, I don't know if I could have survived. I did this the best of my ability at the time, and in hindsight, there's a lot of little things I could have done better, but I'm still so damn proud of how far I got and how far I've come, not only in life, but just in the 90 days that I took to do this challenge. I really did not think I'd have the ability to edit 90 days in a row. 90 videos in 90 days. Do you know how crazy that is? Oh my God. I just hope that somebody watching this felt inspired. Somebody watching this saw that, whatever excuses that you had, you could put those excuses inside and really try to get your goals. Again, I'm VJ, aka CLB. I'll catch you in the next one. Big Gucci, a taco spit like send me out. All these verses gon' help me hit bay like a lotto. My boys, they were rockin', got power like auto.